Good morning, respected Chairman Sir, Head Sir, Teacher and my dear friends. Today I am going to talk about India. The name of my country is India. India is known by the names Hindustan and Bharat. India is a democratic country. Here people belonging to different religions are Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Christians live in harmony with each other. India is admired across the world for its rich culture and tradition. India is the 7th largest country in the world. India is also second most populated country in the world. My country believes in slogan Unity in Diversity and Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which means the world is one family. India has diversity in language, food, folk dance, culture and traditions. I love my country and I am proud to be an Indian. जय हिंद। आओ बच्चों तुम्हें दिखाएं झांकी हिंदुस्तान की, इस मिट्टी से तिलक करो ये धरती है बलिदान की। वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम। उत्तर में रखवाली करता पर्वतराज विराट है, दक्षिण में चरणों को धोता सागर का सम्राट है। जमुना जी के तट को देखो गंगा का एक घाट है, बाट बाट पर हाट हाट पर यह निराला ठाट है। देखो ये तस्वीरें अपने गौरव की अभिमान की, इस मिट्टी से तिलक करो ये धरती है बलिदान की। वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम। Thank you.
My name is Anaga and I am studying in grade 7 of ID's World School. Today I am going to speak about my role model Sudha Murthy, who is an Indian engineering teacher, Kannada and English author as well as a social worker. She is the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation. She is the wife of the co-founder of Infosys, N.R. Narayan Murthy. She is a woman all in one. She is a determined doer, a brilliant engineer, a resilient social worker, an author, and she keeps adding more roles to her persona. She is simpleton at heart and believes in using her wealth for the less fortunate. She is intellectual and is down to earth. She had founded many orphanages, participated in rural development works, and established the Murthy Classical Library of India at Harvard University. She had initiated a bold move to introduce computer and library facilities to all Karnataka government schools and taught computer science. For her contributions, she had received many awards which motivated me a lot. 1. The President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, presenting the Padma Shri Award to Sudha Murthy. 2. Ojaswini Award for her excellent social work for the year 2000. 3. In the year 2006, she had also received the R.K. Narayan's Award for Literature. She had received many more awards in the fields of women empowerment, social work and etc. I have chosen Mrs. Sudha Murthy as my role model because of the following reasons. 1. Choose your passion. It's Sudha Murthy's passion and commitment to use what she is blessed with for the benefit of others. Choosing her career to writing books and to help the needy, Sudha Murthy has taught great life lesson to follow her passion no matter how small or big it is. Her words motivated me to chase my ambitions with both hard and smart work. 2. Be simple, be genuine. Sudha Murthy is one of the richest women in India and she still swears to live with simplicity. Simplicity is an art and she does it flawlessly. In a world where materialism plays a significant role, is a great example that I learned that we don't need worldly things to make us happy. 3. Be supportive. When Narayan Murthy came with the idea of Infosys with no money, Sudhamurthy took care of the house expenses just to make her husband chase his dream. Sudhamurthy gave her husband an infallible support. This inspired me to be supportive to our loved ones. 4. Speak your mind. No, don't ever hide your thoughts. If your thought is right, then it will find a way. A great example of Sudhamurthy was when she was applying a job at Telco. In the footnote, it was written, female candidates need not to apply. She did not appreciate it and wrote a letter asking how a prime and innovative company like Tata could put such a restriction. She was then taken a special interview and surprisingly, she got hired as the development engineer of Telco. 6. Humanity. Sudhamurthy is also called as the philanthropist, which means love of humanity. Sudhamurthy at that level showcases humanity and simplicity is something which we all have to learn about. Next, 7. Be yourself. Sudhamurthy always inspired everybody to be with simplicity and trust their confidence. Sudhamurthy always says, if you try to please everyone, then you will please no one. It is impossible to lead a life for others' happiness. Every human being should run their own marathon. Next, 7. Sharing is caring. Sharing is truly caring. If you try to share anyone, then you will get back it. For example, when Sudhamurthy and Narayan Murthy got an award for Baswashri Award, then Sudhamurthy handed over the award of 5 lakh to an orphanage. Because she believes in the statement, if you are a trustee of money, then it will change hands. Because if you are successful, then give it back to the society which gave you so much goodwill. 8. Never give up. Sudhamurthy always trusted in herself and she neither gave up her family nor did she give up her career. Initially, when the Infosys was taking its shape, Sudhamurthy was the backbone of their family to run. I would like to conclude by saying that I have chose Sudhamurthy as my role model because of the 9 life values, which are choosing your passion, being simple and genuine, being supportive, speaking to our mind, be a balanced life and humanity, and sharing is caring, and never give up ourselves. And because of these 8 reasons, I have chosen Sudhamurthy as my role model. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Chandana Reddy of grade 9 from World School. So today I'm going to talk about my role model, my hero. My role model is none other than the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize Award, Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani activist who, at the age of 17 in 2014, became the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize Award after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban. Malala Yousafzai worked as an advocate for girls' education when she herself was still a child, which resulted in the Taliban issuing a death threat against her. On 9th October 2012, a gunman shot Malala when she was traveling home from school. She survived and continued to speak out on the importance of education. At 2013, at United Nations, Malala gave a speech, and Secretary General Ban Ki-moon pronounced July 12th, Malala's birthday, as Malala Day in honor of the young leader's activism to ensure education for all children. Now, if you question me, why is Malala my role model? Malala is not my role model because of the fame and awards she has achieved, nor because she survived from the Taliban. She is my role model because even after receiving death threats from the Taliban, she has fought confidently and bravely without giving up for ensuring education for all children, and she fought for female education without any fear. That is what inspired me a lot. I've made a list of 5 lessons she taught me in my life. Her first saying tells us to speak up, and her saying is, We realize the importance of our voices only when we are silenced. Malala reminds me that there are millions of girls and women without that luxury. And if we can do so, must use our voices to make sure that those who are silenced can be heard. Her second saying tells us to be brave, and her saying is when we have to choose whether to be silent or to stand up. Malala's story is one of the immense courage. She has continued to fight for what she knows to be right in the face of adversity many could scarcely imagine. She stood up time and time against fear, threats, and violence and fought for female education. Her bravery encourages me to be more bold, and her refusal to give in to fear says me to do the same. Her third saying tells us to be determined, and her saying is, I'm just a committed and a stubborn person who wants to see every child get quality education, women having equal rights, and who wants peace in every corner of the world. And this means that no matter whatever is happening around her, Malala never wavers from her commitment to girls' education. I often feel frustrated when it seems that change happens far too slowly, but Malala shows me the value of dedication and conviction. Her fourth saying tells us to be acknowledged, and her saying is, none of the 9 biggest countries of Africa, Latin America, and developing Asia have increased their education budgets. Some put drastic cuts, putting more girls out of school. It's clear that Malala understands the issue facing countries which are preventing girls from accessing education, and it's that knowledge people take her seriously and listen up to her. Her fifth saying tells us to be humble. Her saying is, I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is not. It is the story of many girls. Despite her many achievements, fame, and awards, Malala always speaks and acts with kindness, humility, and grace. It might not be specific to work in gender equality, but it's a quality I admire. Not only for me, but for many other girls like me, Malala is an inspiration. Malala is a role model. Malala is a hero. I would like to thank each and everyone for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to share my views about my role model, my hero, that is Malala Yousafzai. Thank you all.
Hello everyone, I'm Manikanta of 10th grade from Irish World School. Today I'm going to tell you about my hero, my role model, and why do I like him so much. It's a bit complex when I tell you about my hero because he has 2 identities, yet he's one. We know him as Tony Stark from MCU, and in the real world, yes, obviously it's Robert Downey Jr. Robert, I like him for his successful life story and for his role which he plays in the MCU. First thing is that Robert Downey Jr. made his way to the cinematic field at the age of 5. Isn't it amazing? And also, his life-changing events too started at the age of 8, which was drug addiction because of his father, Downey Sr. Downey Sr. was in drug addict, through which he could not even help his own child, which made Downey fail in his career. Downey made many films, not just 1, 2, many. He has got many awards like Golden Globe Award. But not just let's keep this aside. From 1997 to 2001, he was arrested several times in the drug cases because for possession of heroin, cocaine, and etc. And also, he had cocaine in his system. Not just one jail or one city. He went to many prisons like California, Los Angeles. Not one. And you know how hard life could be once a person coming after from jail. Can you imagine a person's life who has just come from jail? He cannot talk with others. He cannot move on with others. Everyone would be like, nah, I'm not going to talk with the criminal. He has gone to jail. Why will I talk to him? No. Still, Robert Downey was not a failure. He proved that. He proved us that, yeah, you can still make mistakes and could be forgiven. And he has a proverb which says, you fall down in your life many times, but that does not mean that you always stay there, which explains his life. He has fought very bravely with his life, that now, which made him, his courage made him very big, that he is the highest paid actor in the Hollywood. And also his films grossed $14.4 million worldwide, which made him the highest grossing star of Hollywood. Isn't that great? And now, in 2020, his net worth is $300 million. Can you imagine that? A person who has been spending his time in jail for 5 years for drug cases and had no future and seemed to be having no future. Still, he had got through it. That's what I like him. His boldness in his life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain why Robert Downey Jr. is liked by everyone and why is he the second, or why is he the best actor or the best hero. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Greetings to everyone watching. I am Manasvi Gampa of grade 10 from Iris World School. Today, I'll be sharing with you about who's my role model and my hero. Well, first of all, who is a role model? According to me, a role model is a person who sets an example in life for you to strive better and always go forward. Now, the tricky part is, who's that special person for me? Now, after a lot of analyzation and thinking about various people like Selena Gomez, who is an amazing actor, singer, and even a producer, or may it be Asia's richest man like Mukesh Ambani, or it could even be one of the greatest boy band groups like BTS. I realized that I like certain qualities of them, but a role model is a person in which you like many qualities about them. Surprisingly, I found that all the qualities that I loved in these certain people were in the people in front of me. They were none other than my grandparents. Well, now let's dig into their story. Now, my grandparents are Lakshmikantam and Rajyam. They came from a poor household in Nachpalli from a farming community. They had many siblings, and due to their family circumstances, they weren't educated that well. Nevertheless, they had a strong ambition in life to grow forward and grow up and bring up all the people around them into the same stage that they are. So with this ambition in life, they started a BD company. So after the commencement of the BD company, which provided so many jobs to lots of people, they expanded their family and had 5 kids. Having kids includes responsibilities, so they had to expand their wings. Side by side, taking care of their kids, they educated them really well. So, as they came from a farming community and background, they knew about the struggles that a farmer faces, right? So they wanted to do something in turn for the community, especially the farmers. So then they started a pesticides and a fertilizers dealership. Along with the fertilizers and pesticides dealership, they even sought to know about various facts about farming, like the modern techniques or how to improve the soil fertility. I mean, they weren't that educated, right? But just for the sake of their farmers, they used to go to various places and get all the kinds of information they could and share it with the local farmers. So with by this time all of their kids were grown up, and with their hard work they even sent them to premier institutions like IIT Kharagpur or Anna University and also Osmania University. So after quite a while they started a rice mill in Chepialaguda. Well, why did they start it? Now, why did it start it there? I mean, by then they were quite good. They were economically good, financially pretty good. But still, they could have started it in some sort of city or town. But they chose it to put the rice mill in somewhere in their village outskirts, in the junction where many villages meet. I asked them, why did you do that? And they were like, our main ambition to create this rice mill was to provide many opportunities for all the farmers out there and provide employment. Just along with our growth, everyone around us also needs to grow. I was quite shocked. Now, in this way, they did so many tasks for the people. They even sought to know about the different kinds of government policies out there, like the provident funds or the government housing facilities or even scholarships, little things like these for their kids, and shared it with all their employees. Okay, now this is all right. They did certain many things in their life. But how did they inspire me? Was the main question. The people who helped the community to grow so much despite the brink of poverty. I loved that characteristic about them. They provided employment to not millions, obviously, but thousands of people around there. They even brought their village so that it got a name of its own. They even made their family grow more economically and financially. From there, I take the inspiration from them to help the community around me. I too want to be able to do something like them. This gave me a great impetus in life that I should always try to be there for the people who have less than me. I mean, in the same way that they did, I want to also help the community. Even till they still work so hard. And even if anyone asks them, why do you work hard? I mean, you could just stay at home. They always say that they feel it as a sense of responsibility and reliability. Nowadays, every one of my family members is mostly abroad. But as a family, we're still one. They say that family is strength, right? Well, I strongly believe in that. And for the people who gave me this amazing family, my grandparents. So, my grandparents are my amazing role models and my heroes. Thank you.
Just Shinde, studying in 4th grade in Irish World School. I love my India. This is the time when I realize that I am so lucky and blessed to be born in India. All over the world, there is battle going on coronavirus. Our India is fighting with it very bravely. When I am sitting at home and feeling safe, our frontline warriors are struggling for us, leaving their family behind for our family protection. In these tough times, our soldiers are fighting for our motherland. Make me proud and love my India much more. I love my Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He is the backbone of India. Mana Adhinayak Jaya Hai Bharat Bhagya Vitata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Bharat Utkal Vanga Indra Himachal Ganga 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 बना में जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे जय जन गण मंगलदायक हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे भारत माता की जय वंदे मातरम.
Hi everyone, I am Harshini from 8th standard from Iris World School. Today I stand before you to speak few words about my role model and my hero. Role model. Role model is a person who influences your life in a positive way. And hero. Hero is nothing but someone who inspires you. When I am asked the question now, who is your role model among various personalities in front of my eyes, among them I always keep my parents on the top of the list. My mother is my role model and my father is my hero. My parents are the pillars of my strength. They are my guide and give me courage to face odd times in life. My mother, apart from managing her work, carefully looks after my well-being. My father, being a businessman, he does not forget me to help in my studies and he inspires me a lot in every aspect and motivates me whenever I do not succeed. My parents made me to understand what is life about and how to find little ray of happiness in difficult situations. My parents made me to learn disciplined, dedicated and sincere. A role model does not be a famous person. It can be anyone who makes us believe in ourselves. After my parents, secondly, I admired my teacher. A teacher is second parent in our life. Whenever we commit a mistake, a good teacher will not hesitate us and also tell the answer to it. Teacher becomes most influential person in student life. Thirdly, I admire my grandparents for their great love and affection towards me. And being an Indian, I admire dear Bapuji for his great tolerance. I respect one of his principles, hate the sin, not the sinner. In short, I would like to admire each and everyone who inspired me and motivated me to reach my goal. I would like to wind up with these lines. Always do the best in whatever you do. Set your goal and seek challenges. Become the role model of the one who come behind you. Thank
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sadvika. I'm studying in 8th class of Iris World School. Today, I'm going to speak about my role model and my hero. My role model is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We all know that he is the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was born on 15th of October in 1931 at Rameshwaram, present in Tamil Nadu. We all know that he is the great scientist, mainly in Defense Research of Organization and Indian Space Research of Organization, that's ISRO. He gave a big support to the military of India by making many missiles, and so that he was known as the Missile Man of the India. He even supported ISRO and made many missiles for them also. He is the great personality. He got many awards such as Bharat Ratna, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan. He got Bharat Ratna award in 1997, Padma Bhushan award in 1981 and Padma Vibhushan award in 1990.
97. He raised and grown up in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He made his Masters of English in Madras Institute of Technology and he completed his Bachelor's of English in St. Joseph College. He is the great personality in my life and he had many challenges in his life, but the main challenge was the money. As he is from a poor Islam family, he had much challenges with money. He thought to study aerospace engineering, but he doesn't have much money to study them. So he went to many part-time jobs to do that. And finally he did the engineering and he got the big awards. And he had many challenges. Still he have many challenges in his life. Actually, he is the great person of my life and he inspired me a lot. Even I got much inspiration from him. He is the great personality and he helped many poor people. He is the honest person in my life. And he was dead on while giving a lecture in Shillong in 27th of July of 2015. That was a sad moment to whole India and many people got inspiration from him. I inspired from him like he is from a poor family but he really won many things in his life. He won like a scientist, president, and he gave many support in politics also. I inspired from him a lot and I choose his the role model of my life. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Purti and I am studying in grade 7. Today I am going to speak about the topic my role model, my hero. A role model is a person who we look up to. He is someone who inspires us and impacts our life in the most profound way. We usually expect that person to guide us in the right direction and prevent us from deviating from our paths. That person in my life is my father. So, my father shares with me a very deep relationship which I consider to be blessing. He is a very humble, intelligent, and kind hearted man who is loved by all for innumerable reasons. The relationship I share with my father is too valuable to be put into words. My father has always been there for me right since my play school days. He is the person who pushed me to try everything in my life and not to be back away from anything that came as a challenge for me. So that I can say my father is a wonderful human being and a great dad. So he made me strive to become a better person each day, and he ensured that I did not fall prey to bad intentions. I still go to him before taking any decisions in my life. So I could not have asked for a better role model than my father. Thank you.